10-7, but I thought we played well. We played with a lot of composure, and they're not an easy side to beat. But we always have a tough game against them, and yeah, very happy to get that win.
You don't always get cheered here in Hong Kong, Australia. That's a historic nuance to the game, but looks like you're picking up some confidence.
Yeah, look, I think you know, these boys continue to get better the older they get and the more they play with each other. And as I say, these games are always close when we play South Africa. We play a very similar style of footy, and on this occasion we got away with it. In Wellington they beat us 10-0 in similar circumstances, similar weather, so there's nothing much in it.
Canada now, tomorrow.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you. Thank you.
So there's just one more game here on day 2 of the HSBC 7's Round 7 World Series in Hong Kong, and it's Fiji to play Kenya. Fiji have the big advantage in the head-to-head, 23-1. They last met in Tokyo last week, and Fiji won 43-19, which was a surprising margin. The Kenyan team know that if they win here tonight against Fiji, they'll qualify. If they don't, Wales will, alongside Fiji. So it's a Pool A match, the last match in this pool. And here are the two teams. Well, the Fijian team, well, it's based on brilliance, but mixed with solidity when required. Flair, and excellently coached by Ben Ryan. They won with brilliance last week in Tokyo. The Kenyan team, well, a lot of wisdom here. A tremendous number of tournaments played by the starting 7, and some of those guys coming off the bench as well. The man who's played the least tournaments is 10 tournaments for number 5, Billy Odhiambo. So they'll go right up to 49 by number 11, Collins Injera. There's a lot of experience and wisdom in the Kenyan team. Let's see how this one unfolds. I'm Keith Quinn. With me is Willie Lose. It's been a great day, Willie.
Yeah, it really has. And for the Kenyans, of course, the disruption earlier today with the rain delay meant that their game that they would have got an extra hour's recovery meant that they actually had to come back even earlier. So that may have a factor, but this Fijian side is looking rampant and carrying on from where they left off last week in Tokyo.
So there are the familiar faces from last week. Samasani Very, and Osea Kolinisau. See the religious symbols written on the biblical symbols written on their wristbands. And Collins Injera, the senior man in the Kenyan team. The referee for this one is the Australian Matt O'Brien. It's his 99th match. So somewhere along the day tomorrow he'll pass 100 IRB 7's matches.
Kenya.
So it's Osea Kolinisau who begins for Fiji against Kenya, and let's see what the Kenyans can do. It's caught there by Andrew Amonde, and away it goes to touch.
We'll have the line out.
So here they go away with Injera. Now into the back line, it's Adema. Early possession with Kenya in this one. Nice pass away by Injera. Again, the scorer of many tries. Oh, that was a big hurtful collision. Oscar Uma ran into a wall there, I think. And that's a nice play again by Injera. Kicked out wide to Odhiambo, number 5. Over the top is Ratambuli. So the stars of last week in Tokyo haven't really had a chance to run yet. There is Setefano Dakao. Oh, this is good play. Oscar Uma, where's the bounce hopping? It's hopped up instead to Navunga. Now this is the guy that scored the winning try last week, but he's far from scoring the winning one right there. So Fiji looking good here, but they've got a man behind Ben Ryan, and there he is. Serebi, Waisale Serebi, has been helping all week. It's advice, training. He's there with the team, but he has to stand apart from them. He's not allowed to be up on the bench sitting with the team. But you can see he's got all the gear as part of the team, but he's not officially there. He does run out at half-time, though, Willie.
Yeah, he's got plenty to say, and he ran out of the tunnel with the team. So obviously down there giving them the last instructions before they ran out.
Well, Serebi hasn't always got along with the officialdom in rugby in his country. He lives in the States these days. I think it's up in Seattle where he runs Serebi Rugby, and doing it very successfully too with Ben Gollings, another of the all-time greats. And so he's brought into the fold by Ben Ryan, the Englishman who now coaches Fiji. Ryan says, look, I'm not a Fijian. I don't understand them as well as somebody like Waisale Serebi, so it's great value as we see the first run of the Fijians with the ball. Here's Kolini Sao out to the familiar figure of Very, and in he goes.
Well, they just needed one invitation, the Buller boys, and the reward is his 37th try just this season. And look at that, Kolini Sao drawing in the last defender. You're not going to catch him. The only person that probably could is someone like Carlin Niles or Dan Norton. But Vidi, one of the quickest men in Sevens rugby. And Fiji showing why they are so dangerous. Just one opportunity, one try.
Here comes the kick for goal. The kicker is Wasia Nabungu. Nice kick, but no goal. 5-0. Samasoni Very, yes. Nobody has scored more than him in the try-scoring stakes this year. There it is. He's way ahead of Tim Mickelson now. I think they're pretty even in the early 20s tallies, but he's just cleared out in the last couple of tournaments, 2 or 3 events. Here's the big try scorer over the years for Kenya. That's Collins Injera. Now Oscar Uma. Nice work by the Kenyans getting it up to halfway. It's a little bit slippery. Uma again. The Kenyans are coached by Paul True. So 2 very accomplished coaches. Nadungu. Pass is loose. It's gone backwards. Kicked forwards. And now let's see what Kolini Sao can spark up at halfway. That's Thakau's pass across to Big Pio Tuwai. And he basketballs it over to Thakau. And Setafane Thakau is in.
Well, a couple of things stood out for me. Firstly, that was a second turnover by Donacio Ratumbuli. He was the man that actually stole the ball when the Kenyans went into contact. That's the last part of it. Pio Tuwai, he's always going to draw in 1 or 2 defenders, and those 35-year young legs of the former captain Setafano Thakau goes in to score Fiji's second.
Well, he's going up the totals himself, isn't he, Setafano Thakau? He's up to 85, heading towards 100, which you join a couple of other century try scorers in Fiji Sevens history. Remember, in Fiji, it's the national game. And we heard all sorts of stories about the celebrations last weekend when they won that wonderful final in Tokyo, one of the best in years. They won here last year, 2013, beating Wales in a wonderful fun. Not so good for the Welsh, who were leading 19-0 and then lost 26-19, but a wonderful comeback by Fiji. And then the year before was the game I rated one of the best I've ever seen, when Fiji beat New Zealand, and Very was part of that one too, and away he goes again.
Well, I know the people in Fiji will appreciate this because he's been the architect behind 3 of the tries, and on this occasion it was Ratumbuli being the provider. He said in his bio that he admired Serevi, but as a rugby player, Dan Carter was one of his favourites, and look at that. He's just waiting for the express train to come up, the Shinkansen, as they call it in Japan. And Vidi is every much that inside track try time.
Conversion is over. So that's 19-0. A few seconds to go till half-time. Last game on day 2. Colin Nassau has been around some of those famous victories in recent years. And look at that's gone to 2 wide. And any questions? Not at all. It's got to go a little bit further around. No, he scored it right there. Pio, 2 wide.
Well, here's the 30-year-old farmer that's normally the man getting up and competing for the ball. He ran Fat Man's Alley here because he didn't get there in time, and then he couldn't believe it. It just popped up. Look at the big smile on his face as well as he was 15 metres out. He doesn't think he put the ball down, but the assistant referee does, and that's all that matters.
Nice touch, kissed the ball. Conversion from Colin Nassau. It's half-time now. That one missed. 24-0. It's showtime here. Fiji over Kenya. So here's Ben Ryan. Serevi doing some talking.
It's the same way she said. That's what I tried to. It's the same he said. We send a message out second half now that our line doesn't get breached for the next 2 days. We make our tackles. And I said, if that's not there, we need it. Make the tackle, okay? On the turnovers, there's a lot of space wide. I've got to here with the Talanoa. Let's get it wide, and then we get a tackle free. Wait, side players I'm going to work with our support. I'm going to work with. Our private, like people over there, we isolate them when you go see journalists. We're going to work with the class. The first reflection.
Well, what a wonderful image that is. Ben Ryan with Waisale Serevi. Now that, dare I suggest, Willie, is a 7's Brains Trust, which will be very hard to break.
I'd hate to be Ben Ryan. That's all running on, and then Serevi's already given his message. What are you going to say? I disagree with what he said. He basically said, do whatever Serevi said and make sure they don't breach our line. That was the big message that came out. It's all about defence as far as Fiji is concerned. And Keith, 1/4 in the islands, and you know that everybody will be sitting around the TV sets.
Yes, indeed. But what a wise move, really. A clever, a sharp-minded move by Ryan to introduce the much-loved Waisale Serevi into the thinking of the kids on the 7's team of now. I just think it's inspired. Paul True, the coach of the Kenyan team, will not be pleased with the score or that kickoff to start the second half. The Kenyan team down by 24-0. Tries by Very, who got 2 Takao and 2 Wai. And they've made some changes here off the bench, but we'll just watch them as they unfold. Here's Setafano Takao. And we have Ratambuli now. Number 2 is Uma. And they're at the touch line there. It'll be a fast thrown by Collins and Gira.
You must be behind it.
We just go back to that halftime huddle. Just contrast that, Willie, with the look of anxiousness and stress in the face of the wonderful Paul True.
Yeah, definitely. But what I saw was just the eyes of the Fijian players as they were listening to what Serevi had to say.
So the Welsh team will also be looking at this and saying, well, this is great. Fiji, you're doing good for us. We'll qualify. Out, a bit slippery over there. And across the sideline.
One of the first mistakes that Ratambuli has made. Quick throw in, and here comes Domalai.
Domalai has come off the bench. Very. The cow. You talk about those 35-year young legs. Did you see how he ran for the gap there? And just big power. And no chance at all of anyone stopping him.
Well, he's got a new lease of life. Have a look at this. He identifies that the sweeper never came across, the play didn't come across, and then he just went through that gap and just powered away. He's got a new lease of life, has Serafana Thakau, as have many of the senior players. Talking to a few of them in the hotel, Keith, and they've said that they like the fact that Ben Ryan keeps it short and sharp. Training's now no longer than an hour, and so they're just told to concentrate during that time, and the older players are really appreciating that.
But also the confidence of selection too have been brought back. No disrespect to the previous selections, there was a lot of players went through the books for Fiji in recent seasons. That's for Jennifer Carlick there, the physio. Four and a half minutes gone. This is going to be a bit painful
Advantage
for Kenya if this continues. Nice run here by Ravuvu. I tell you what, he's played very well, hasn't he? Oscar Uma, he's given it plenty, trying to stop the floodgates opening. Now here comes Thakau again. Gets away from Amonde. Pass away by Domalai. And here is Ravuvu again. Oh, very, very. That's a treble.
I'm running out of superlatives because this is a magnificent performance by the men in the white shirts. Really, they get back Thakau with his calming influence. There's the end of it with Kolini Sound, and then it's just hands. The ball will always beat the man, and he's in space, and he's too fast. No one's going to catch him.
Yeah.
I agree with you totally, Willie. The ball will always beat the man. Well, how about the man will always beat the man if he's a big Fijian? Batimo Ravuvu is the kicker. He's come off the bench. And he has kissed that one from wide out. 38-0.
With their try, Vidi goes top try scorer here in Hong Kong in 2014 with 6.
So the next act in the show
advantage.
begins. A bit untidy, so
Three playing it on the ground.
they'll come back and
Advantage for the knock on.
see what happens in the next scene. This time it'll be Kenya.
Well, Fiji have dominated the kickoffs. They've got up and won every single one of them when they've received the one that they got at the start of the game, and also everyone they've kicked off, they've gone up and tapped back. They've not scored a try from.
Njira involved well again. Michael Agebe is number 12. Oscar Oyodi is 10. But they're grabbing and snapping at the ball, and it's a full court press being put on them by the rampant Fijians. Let's have a look at this now. That's on the sideline. That's exactly what Willie and I have been talking about. This great feeling, this great bond that happens when this guy comes into the scene. But look at the concentration at the same time.
Well, who can forget 2005 when he lifted up the World Cup here in Hong Kong. Of course, the two World Cups have been played here in 97 and 2005. Fiji have won, and so there's the equation there. Fiji win, they play USA. Wales will play New Zealand in the Cup. The other stat that we've got up here is the restarts retained. And there's been 4 of those, and that's the reason why Fiji lead 38-0. Look at that. Restarts 6.
The upper side Domalai here has been hit hard. I don't think he wants to leave the field. I'm not sure if he's 100% certain where he is. There he is to the left, and they're trying to get him to the sideline. And just a moment, the two there where he just shook his head a couple of times. And so that's a wise move, very wise thing they've done to take him to the sideline. They have the system now with his concussion tests on the sideline. So 1 minute and 45 to go here.
They haven't replaced him though, Keith. They've only got 6 players on the field.
That's it.
I don't know. Okay. It's with Lutamailangi. they can replace him if he's gone off for a concussion test. Luta Malangi is number 11. Now here is Oscar Uma. They might score here. Nicely taken by Chiuri. And the try is scored by Michael Chiuri.
Momentum got him over the line, but the Fijians, well, there are only two in the back line. And that's when the ball got out to Lutu Mailangi. He couldn't believe it, so the turnover occurred. And then here is Hiori. Now he's tackled short, but momentum means he can slide, and that's a good ruling from the referee.
Please wait, put the ball down. Foul play against who? Okay, I didn't see it.
No arms when he went in for the tackle. He just got straight into the shoulder. The advantage, I believe, is the try.
Penalty okay?
Penalty's fine.
Definitely not a yellow card?
Definitely not a yellow card.
Okay, number 8 white. Thank you. Come on.
So Donacio Ratambuli is going to be spoken to. Conversion attempt. There's away, 38-5. I might start here with a penalty, which is pretty much the same thing as a, let's see, no they haven't.
I think the 5 points is going to hurt more than a penalty. You bring it back. And thankfully Fiji have now got 7 players on the field.
Yes, Pio Tuai was also off there and he wandered back on. Kolinisau, there is big Tuai, massive man. He's put in a tactical kick, and here is a beautiful run coming in from Ratambuli and Oscar Uma. Plenty of red shirts back. And there's the man who scored the try, Michael Turi.
Time off. Foul play against the team in position for the ball.
The assistant referee on our side had his flag out straight away after Pio Tuai put the kick through, and I think the man that took him out was Michael Adivi, jersey number 12. Let's listen in.
Colour, number?
Red 12.
Yeah.
Following the kick by white.
Yeah.
Late tackle. Shoulders. Into the kick.
Red 12, no arms and late. Correct. Is a penalty enough?
Penalty where the ball landed on the kick.
Definitely not a yellow card?
Yellow card.
Yellow card? Okay, do you know where the mark is? Okay, go to the mark. I'll take care of number 12. Thank you. Red 12, captain.
So this is Michael Agevi.
The report is concise. Late, no arms. Yellow card.
And this is where it happened, Keith. You have a look.
That's not where the ball landed.
The sweeper's coming in now. Here comes the tackle. No arms, bang. No, he was committed and it was high.
Good call by the referee's assistants. Some of the refereeing assistants are from around the Asian region, are very inexperienced, but that was a good, solid report, well taken by Matt O'Brien, and the correct decision has been made. So, will there be a last rush by Tuai? Well, there is, but it's Osia Kolinisau who slides in, and the curtain comes down on the show with try number 7 by Fiji.
Well, they're sending out a very strong message. 42-7, 59-0, and this result now 43-5. There's the final pass out to Captain Fantastic Kolinisau. And it's just a clinical performance from this Fijian team. Unbelievable.
It really is unbelievable. We're going to see the shot for goal by Bakimo Rugu. 42-7 they beat Wales. They beat Sri Lanka 56-0. That was a real romp. And this one now confirmed at 43-5. So their lowest score so far here in Hong Kong is 42. There it is. Fiji progress through in this pool, and they take Wales through with them.
I'm with Fiji's head coach Ben Ryan. Ben, I make that 141 points for and 12 against. It's a good going in anyone's language, and you're certainly the form team here in Hong Kong.
Yep, I think, you know, I guess we're carrying some of the form through from last weekend, but you know, I always quote Waisali saying you don't win tournaments on day 1 or day 2 here, and you know, he's absolutely right. Start again tomorrow. We've got a tough quarter-final. Whoever's in there has deserved to get there. We've got to work hard now to fight our way into the last 4.
You mentioned Waisale. Earlier in the week you said that he could perhaps reach into the Fijian psyche in a way that you can't here in Hong Kong. You're certainly a formidable team together.
Yeah, no, I'm enjoying working with Weiss. You know, I wasn't born on the island. You know, I come from South London. You know, it's very different. So for Weiss to talk to them, you know, he's a great motivation. Plus, it's nice to have him on the sideline and tactically chat to me as well. Yeah, we work well together.
And USA now in the cup quarters.
That's right. I think USA have vastly improved last 2 weeks. Very physical, keep the ball well, test you at first phase stuff. We're not looking beyond them and getting that right against America. So, you know, sleep well, eat right, and get into them tomorrow.
Big day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Big day. Cheers.
So there they are. They're setting the pace at the end of day 2. It's been a lovely day here with the rugby action of the highest quality. We had some rain, but that's okay. It all finished at a very high level with Fiji like that, and that's how they've finished in their pool. The Fiji are unbeaten, and they've taken Wales through to the cup round. Kenya and Sri Lanka will play in the lesser level. In Pool B, we see Australia through with that win. Some might say a shock win over South Africa by 10-7, but South Africa go through as well. In Pool C, we see England progress through unbeaten. It was only a narrow win over Canada, but Canada go through as well. And in Pool D, the New Zealand team is unbeaten, but they are through with United States ahead of Samoa and Scotland. So now let's look at the Cup quarter-finals draw for tomorrow. As you've heard, Fiji will play United States. England will play South Africa. New Zealand will play Wales, and Australia will play Canada. But also there's the very important qualifier series. This is going to be knife edge tomorrow. The semi-final stage, and Japan will play Russia. Italy will play the hosts Hong Kong. And then later in the day, there'll be a final between the winners of those matchups, and the winning team of the whole qualifier series will play on the World Series, the full 9 events next year. There's a lot at stake in all matches tomorrow. With the way the Fijians played today, they've set the pace, setting the pace, singing their heart out. Let's see how they go tomorrow as we say goodbye from Song Kong Po, Hong Kong. Fantastic rugby today. Please join us tomorrow as the hits keep on coming on the HSBC 7's World Series.